Mining your customer reviews is one of the most important parts of the process. In the reviews that your customer leaves you, you're going to discover their pain points, their failed attempts at solving their problems, how they discovered your brand, their hopes, and ultimately the transformation that your product or service was able to facilitate for them. Many times, this alone can result in winning creative. However, I often find if people just jump into making testimonial ads, they end up using reviews that are not as strong as they could be. They'll choose testimonials that have way too much text, so then it's really hard for users to even digest what the testimonial is about. Or it'll be too generic and it could be about any product. Or it won't even tell you what the product is, and the surrounding images around the testimonial won't help you out there either. Or sometimes they're just too plain boring and they're not special enough to be on your ad. Let's take a look at some of these bad testimonial ads that maybe you wouldn't have thought were bad choices until now. Like this Denver Modern ad. It looks good, right? I think a lot of creative directors would go ahead and approve this. However, if I'm being honest, the testimonials that they chose are boring. I can sit in this chair all day. The most comfortable counter stools I ever sat in. Buy these, you will not regret it. It's like someone was holding a gun to their head while someone was writing these reviews. Even if they are authentic, the way that they're showcased and placed on this ad just kind of make them look drab. Here's another one. This is using one of my favorite strategies, right? A features point out ad combined with a testimonial. But this testimonial is boring. Functional and stylish for any occasion. I feel like if you're using the words functional, stylish, and/or for any occasion, it's 3 cliches all in one single sentence. There's nothing special about that, and I highly doubt anyone even said that. And if they did, then we shouldn't have used it on an ad. Now, sifting through your customer feedback is at the heart of creative strategy. It pays to put in your time and effort here. Likely, your next converting ad creative is going to be lurking here. So this process is going to have us sifting through several customer testimonials. We're going to be looking on Amazon, on your website, through your ad comments, and your organic social. So the process that you just went through in the creative strategy research, maybe you found a few that you already saved. That's a great place to start. So the first thing that you want to do is open up your customer review mining sheet. I have one included that you can use, but it's incredibly basic. And the next part is the fun part. You're going to go through and pull out all the testimonials that you find valuable, the good and the bad. But if this is your first time doing it, I would concentrate on mostly the good. And don't worry too much about criteria. Just go after the testimonials that you connect with. And the more you pull at this stage, the better. At a minimum, I'd pull 20, but I would go all the way up to 50, especially if this is your first time doing this. And once you've done that, it's time to start analyzing them. So let's take a look at a few reviews for us to go over together. So this one from Jessica T. I have hormonal cystic acne and I thought I would never be able to get rid of it. This is a pain point that she has, right? This is something that she is experiencing that she's trying to find a solution for. I tried every over-the-counter topical acne product and they never seemed to work. I got tired of spending an arm and a leg on products that I didn't see result with. So this is a failed attempt, and she also goes into why this was so painful. She was spending a lot of money going through these failed solutions. I decided to try Flow after seeing amazing results online. So this was the trigger that got her to buy. And this is also a signal to show, hey, their advertising online is working. This is someone who's clearly calling out, hey, I saw your ad and I saw these reviews, and that's what got me to want to be interested in your product. I immediately noticed my skin clearing up after only using the vitamins for a few days. I've been using them for almost 2 months and I couldn't be happier. Now, what's really great about this transformation is she's giving a timeline. She's saying, after a few days, I already saw results. And now 2 months later, I'm still happy. So it's showing the longevity of the solution that she didn't have before. Now here's another one from Hexclad. I only wish I had bought this cookware sooner. After spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on nonstick cookware, replacing sets and individual pot and pans, and using my super heavy and pain to clean cast iron, I finally decided to invest in Hexclad. So these are all the failed attempts she had. They spent a lot of money on pots and pans. Although the price tag seemed high, this is an objection. So in your reviews, it's not always going to be positive. They're also going to explain to you things that made them nervous about purchasing up front. And a very common one is going to be the price point, like in this case. I began to realize that I spend 5 times that amount in the past 5 years. So at first this reviewer was nervous about the price point, but then she had the realization that, hey, I've already spent more than this amount over the last few years, so I need to invest in myself so that I'm not spending this money again. I'm in love with the cookware. It's amazingly versatile, incredibly sturdy, heats evenly and perfectly, and it performs exactly as advertised and gets better after each use. Although I'm just an amateur cook, I feel like a pro. That transformation is pretty incredible. I actually think even though I'm an amateur cook, I feel like a pro could be a golden nugget review. Another one from Hexclad. This cookware set is fantastic so far. We've had it for a little over a month and it's hand down the best cookware we've ever had. We've always purchased high-end big box store cookware, and Hexclad far exceeds anything we have ever owned. There's that failed attempt. They are expensive, but worth the money. Objection, but then they handle their own objection. Taken care of properly, this cookware should last the rest of my life. I consider this a golden nugget review because the idea that something is going to last the entirety of someone's life really signals a high value product, especially something that someone's going to be using every single day. The cookware heats more evenly than anything I've ever used. I did extensive research prior to purchasing and performed some of the cooking tests I found during my research and found that this cookware passed every single test beyond my expectations. So what's interesting is we're seeing here that this customer actually went through and did tons and tons of research, and it was because of that research she felt a lot more confident in her decision to make a purchase. This is also a signal to you as the advertiser. Hey, what type of research are my customers doing, and how can I bring more of that to the ad creative so that they have more confidence to buy sooner? Transformation. I'm not a professional chef, but as long as I follow Hexclad's recommendations, I feel like I am. There's another example of them feeling like a pro even though they aren't. This is a really amazing value prop that they could start advertising. Hey, you're not a pro, but you're gonna feel like one. Okay, last testimonial. Okay, I didn't want to like this product because of the price. Objection. But wow, I have never used anything like this. It's so light, full coverage that can be layered, and even if you layer it, it still looks absolutely gorgeous throughout my whole day. Half of which is spent sweating in a hot kitchen as I'm a chef. Now, I think that's a really impressive review for a makeup product. Hey, I'm actually putting this to the test because I am a chef and I work in really hot and sweaty conditions. And that to me signals a golden nugget review because that's something that's really special and kind of sticks with you. This makeup holds strong, doesn't cake or look greasy, and it just leaves skin looking healthy and radiant all day. Highly recommend, which is that transformation that we're looking for. Now, I have a glossary of some terms that I was using to go over those reviews that you guys can use as a cheat sheet when looking over your own reviews. So what I'd recommend doing now is taking a look at all those reviews you gathered. And it's okay if not every single review has a pain point or a golden nugget review or a trigger. Customers are not instructed to leave that kind of stuff. They just leave it on their own accord, which is what makes it so valuable. So you're going to want to start identifying your pain points, your triggers, identifying golden nugget reviews, seeing if there's any common themes. And when you're done, meet me in the next section.